We'll start in the key of D. We've been in the key of D. So you could play a D chord like this. Feel free to do that now. That's the D, the version of the D chord you know. But what I'm going to be playing are what are called chop chords. So the D chop chord would look like this. We have our third finger on the 7th fret. Our first of the G string, 7th fret of the G string. Our second finger is on the 4th fret of the D string, and our third finger is on the 5th fret of the A string. And we're not going to play the E string, or we're going to cover it with the second finger. You could do just those 3 notes, or you could do all 4 of them. But anyway, that is kind of a new shape that we didn't talk about. It is really the C shape, if you ever learn a C chord, just movable, right? So that's kind of our home chord for this this next couple of keys that we're going to do, which is D, E, and F. But anyway, that's our 1 chord. Okay, if we move those fingers across, so to the next skinniest string, we move them all across, just directly across like that. We get that we get the 5 chord, which happens to be an A chord. Now to complete that, if we wanted to, if we have the flexibility, we can put our pinky on the 9th fret of the G string, and that will give you the full A chop chord. That's kind of the real serious way to do it, but if you do just that, that's totally fine as well. All right, so that's the 5 chord. You can see how similar it is to the 1 chord. If you really train your fingers to do that efficiently, you get a lot of freedom there. All right, now if we move that whole shape down, not 1 fret but 2, we get the 4 chord. All right, just some real quick ideas if this is not new to you and you want some more advanced concepts. One of the ways that I turn this chord into a 7 chord is I move these notes like this, and that can get me to the 4 chord. That's something you can check out if you want. You can kind of turn some of these into 7 chords if you wanted to. Requires a little bit of an extra stretch. But anyway, that's the idea there. Let's play this same song that we've been hearing in the key of D using these shapes. This is the key of D, and this is using the 1, 4, 5 chord, starting on this position. Let's try that. Right. Key of D. You can just do soft loud for this. Now, directly across for the 5 chord.
Take a walk, just a little walk down this line.
If you want to add the 7, you can.
Where the waters flow.
Here's the 4 chord.
Down by the banks.
There's a quick 1, 5, 1 at the very end there. Move that across for the 5 chord. Back to the 1 chord. So the next is 4. We got to move our fingers over and back. 1, 5, 1. Let's try that one more time here. Cross. Stay there. And back to 1. Now over and back. Awesome. Cool. Now this recording actually goes to E, which is great for us. We're going to go right into the key of E. Now the way that we do that is we keep all the shapes the same, but we move everything up 2 half steps. So I'm going to move this up 1, 2. Now my home note is this note. So you can count the frets to find that, or you can match my pitch here. That's often how I find that note. It's an E note. That's how I would, in a real-time setting, if I didn't know what key the song was, I'd find it. I'd try to hear that home note, and then I'd find it twice as high. Or not twice as high, on the lower string to get my 1 chord shape. So of course, it's a couple ways of playing an E. You could play it down here like that. All right, but this is just another way. All right, and we'll just kind of go through that. So it'll be the same shapes, just moved up.
Between 12 and 1,
Move back a little bit.
not prepared.
All right, so starting here, and match that E note here.
I wandered on between 12
Now cross.
I cried, my God, what have I done? I feel beyond
Now across and back.
where I need, because
Back to home.
not marry me.
All right, one more time on that.
Only say that you'll be mine.
That's a cross.
In no other's arms
And back.
down beside
Now across and back
where the waters flow,
to the 4 chord.
down by the banks of the Ohio.
All right, cool. Now really quickly, I'm gonna change the key here. I see that we only have like a minute or so left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to turn this song into F. So I'm just gonna put the key up once. I'm gonna transpose it. All right. So now we're in the key of F, and again we could use those same shapes up a half step. Okay. So this is putting up pretty high on the instrument, but it's just kind of hammering in this concept of the 1, 4, 5 in a lot of different ways. Of course, you could also play F down here. That's usually how people learn the F chord first on mandolin. B flat like that, and C like this. That's the 1, 4, 5. Some people learn the B flat. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I guess some people learn it like this first, or maybe this. There's a bunch of different ways of playing the B flat chord. But anyway, we're gonna start up here. So you can go ahead and find that note. That's how you'd find that. Again, this is just another way of playing the 1, 4, 5, and F. So let's give it a shot.
Very next day,
Now over a string.
the sheriff walked
And back home.
right to my door, and he says, young man,
Now over and back.
try to run. You gotta pay for this awful crime you've done.
So one more round of that.
Only say that
And across.
you'll be mine. In no other's arms entwined. Down beside where the
Cross and
waters
back.
flow,
That's the 4 chord.
down by the banks of the Ohio.
All right. Nice job. Cool. The last thing I want to leave you with is we've been doing just the same strumming pattern, just some things that you can think of moving forward with this. You're hearing it in the background with the song, is you can vary that strumming pattern by doing what I call the flourish. Now, if you want to follow up with this, you can of course watch the, well, let me show you what it sounds like first. So, only say that you'll be mine, and no other's arms entwined. Right? Da-da-dee. I'm doing it in the spaces. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. So how am I doing that? I'm varying from the strumming pattern. I'm going up, down, up. I'm adding an up, down, up, and I'm doing it on the skinnier strings of the instrument. Okay. So it's like this is why this chop chord sounds really nice up here if you do that little flourish. Okay, so that's the general idea. I just wanted to kind of throw that in there as something to think about.